to sensitize the governors, mayors, religious leaders, and village heads so that they will know what is going to happen on 29 March. The National Assembly election is on 29 March.
His visit to the July 22nd Square in Banjul as host to a major polling station in the capital city was preceded by a meeting with the representatives of the electorate at the Banjul City Council, where new electoral processes as well as past experience were disclosed.
This time there are a few changes. Voting will start this time at 7 a.m. and ends at 6 p.m. But that doesn't mean that people to stay in the houses still at 6 before they come out. At least by 4 p.m. everybody should vote. But at least we'll be voting up to 6 o'clock. And then every polling station this time is a counting center. The polling stations are the counting agents. No party is going to appoint counting agent. Those in the polling station during voting will continue as counting agents. We will count in 1,302 polling stations. This is why I'm going around to see, do at least a feasibility study before the election to see what we can add or extract. The only problem we have during the presidential election is certain people, they don't know where to vote. This is why we're going to appoint more polling assistants so that they will directing people. Now, I'm advising Gambians, where you vote during the presidential election, this is where you are going to vote this time. And then there were a few instances that people, their names were not in the list. This time we're going to have a master register in all the polling stations. So there'll be no problem this time.
The IEC boss equally visited the Boxbar Mini Stadium and a new venue along Imam Anwar Sow Avenue, where plans are high for the erection of polling booths. As the campaign for the March 29 parliamentary elections begins on March 14th, with nominations opening on March 8th, his tour continues tomorrow within the Kanifing municipality. Babukar Kamaru, Grts.
APRC application forms for the National Assembly candidate selection process are now available in all constituencies. A media release from the party headquarters states that interested applicants can obtain the said forms from their respective constituency chairpersons. The dispatch reveals that the deadline for the submission of application forms is Sunday, 26 February 2012, and that a token is attached to each form. The first prosecution witness in the economic crimes trial of the former Gambia Ports Authority cashier today revealed that he discovered a string of financial indiscretions when he was employed by the Ports Authority. Abdoulaye Koma was given evidence against Jahu Jame, who stands accused of causing losses amounting to over $6 million to her former employer. Ibrahim Ajata has more.
Abdoulaye Koma, a Brusubi layout native, was called in today as prosecution's first witness in the current economic crimes trial involving GPA traffic cashier Jahu Jame, an audit officer at the Ports Authority. Abdoulaye Koma recognized the accused in the dock as a colleague who works as a traffic cashier at the Gambia Ports Authority. The witness told the Special Criminal Court that his duties at the ports include checking cash flows, vouchers, store issues, and fuel deliveries, among other responsibilities. According to Koma, a traffic cashier is responsible for the receipt of traffic cash, store handling charges, delivery other forms, and shipping notes, among other duties. The cashier, Koma explained, usually receives forms from the traffic officer who acquires it from the stores. The forms, he said, are later sold to clearing agents and consignees who use it to clear their goods. The agents and consignees subsequently go to the rating officer who evaluates the charges before payment is made to the traffic cashier. The cashier either banks the embossment personally or pays it to the main cashier, according to Koma, who told the court that after his employment on the 14th of March, he encountered a host of financial irregularities in the cash flow when he cross-checked the receipt books from the main cashier. I found shortages in the tune of $1.3 million between the 1st to the end of May. Abdoulaye Koma testified, adding that he consequently reported the matter to his senior, one Mrs. Antaka Jallo, who verified the issue together with another audit manager and the head of section. The financial indiscretions, according to the witness, include a bundle of white papers in hundreds mixed in the shipping notes which were being used in substitute, the uneven nature of the deposited cash at the main cashier, and the funds received from the customers. Coma noted that the cash received was higher. Monetary suppressions of cash received after a certain period when they were supposed to be paid daily. Coma said he discerned these indiscretions by assessing the cash received and amount deposited. I was called by police for a statement sometime in August. The witness told the Special Criminal Court and adduced that the managing director of the Gambia Ports Authority later set up a task force to look into the issue and properly audit the traffic cashier from January to August. I was not part of the task force, but I was given assignments by my immediate boss, and I finally recorded all my findings on Excel spreadsheets. The witness revealed and identified the said document when it was shown to him by the State Counsel Simon Talemba, who consequently applied to have the document admitted as evidence, but this was opposed by the Defense Counsel Lamin Sanyang, who argued that the document is just a photocopy and reproduced version of the original. Justice Emmanuel Nkea subsequently rescheduled the case for continuation on Monday, the 5th of March 2011. Ibrahim Jata, GRTS.
A new laboratory and a waiting room located at the RVTH Sanatorium, constructed by Trust Bank Limited to the tune of $1.3 million, have been handed over to health officials. The bank invests heavily in social programs in line with its desire to fulfill its corporate social responsibilities. Louis Mendy has more.
13 years of reliable operations in the Gambia, Trust Bank Limited continues to amplify its efforts in augmenting sports, disaster relief, education, and most particularly health, in response to its corporate social responsibility. The construction and handing over of this $1.3 million laboratory and a waiting room at the RVTH Sanatorium in Banjul is one outstanding project bearing testament to the bank's commitment to plowing back to a society that has made it a household name in the local banking industry.
We are gathered here today to witness the handing over of our latest project, this beautifully constructed laboratory which is behind us, and waiting room at a cost of $1.3 million. Again, I must say, we at Trust Bank have long recognized that a pleasant and comfortable environment contributes immeasurably in the recuperation process of patients.
Relations between the Trust Bank and RVTH started some 10 years ago, since the bank took it upon himself to adopt this sanatorium, a home for patients with highly communicable diseases. And since then, Trust Bank is said to have spent a whopping sum of $7 million to give it a facelift.
This much needed facelift gave the facility a good outlook and at the same time gave us, that is Trust Bank, immense satisfaction in contributing to the health sector. In the next few years, we develop an insatiable appetite to transform the facility into an enviable specialist hospital that provides comfort and convenience for patients and staff.
Hailing Trust Bank for what she called a genuine intervention, the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, Fatim Baji, said the new development at the facility is expected to go a long way in easing diagnosis for patients.
The area dealing with laboratories is very dear to our hearts, especially at this point of the health sector, because we are experiencing a lot of expansion within the catchment areas, and as a result the demands are even increasing. But the laboratories are supposed to look at different areas for us, not only diagnosis of communicable disease and non-communicable, but it's also really important that we have exclusive laboratories for certain kind of cases. And this is why today is of great importance to the ministry, because you have touched an area that, of course, it has not been really looked into.
The Chief Medical Director, Amaseka, and the Chairperson of the RVTH Management Board were full of praises for Trust Bank, guaranteeing the ministry's continuous solidarity with the bank in the delivery of quality healthcare services to the citizenry. With the APRC Hospital in Farfenni and the Liman Street Clinic in Banjul also enjoying similar benevolence from the Trust Bank, expectations are that such a worthwhile gesture will further be replicated to other areas as Trust Bank continues to fulfill one of the principles of its establishment. Louis Mendy, GRTS.
The Insurance Association of the Gambia has started a week-long public awareness campaign aimed at enhancing public understanding of issues revolving around insurance. the 2012 edition of the